Welcome back, everyone. This is Prophet of the Constitution. We are going to be continuing Act 2 today, Day 76. We're about halfway through our time for the HQ attacks. We still have to complete our objectives. And last episode, we just got done burning Göttingen for their traitorous collaboration with the French. Yes, of course. All right. Let's go ahead and get started straight away, shall we? We're going to be heading east to complete our objectives. And whatever else we can find along the way. Enemy army. I do believe we're going to be taking them on. We need as much of those annihilated as physically possible. 3 artillery, 3 cavalry, 4 fusiliers, and a grenadier. Shouldn't be too bad of a battle. Ah, yes. Greeting with frightful fire of canister. That's not a very fun greeting. Not very fun indeed. Although that is the proper response to greet your enemy with. So, very understandable. Very understandable. Alright, let's see here. What's the battlefield look like? Oh, fantastic. Oh my goodness. We could hardly have asked for a better battlefield. We do have this massive hill over on this side here, but we do have this field and this township. We can also set up here behind the river. Behind the river would be dastardly. I believe we're going to be dastardly today, considering this is a lesser kind of battle that does not pose too much risk to our troops. We are going to be positioning behind the river and preparing to do battle with the enemy. We're going to make them come to us. We're going to shell them. We're going to do our best to get experience for our lower ranked troops. Not necessarily the greatest thing to be going into Act 3 with recruits. So let's not. Put them on the back face of the hill here. See, who needs experience the most? These subsidy recruits are brand new. They need lots of experience, so let's help them out a little bit, shall we? Position them up here. Gonna be positioning these boys here. We want them to become full-fledged grenadiers. That is for sure. I don't want them there like that. That looks annoying. Alright. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Brunswick Musketeers. Brunswick and Brunswick. The Brunswick Musketeers are going to be in the rear, doing reserve duty. Grenadiers are going to be in the rear on the flank, doing reserve duty. I'm going to position the Hanoverians over here like so. And these other volunteers are going to be heading up north here. General is going to be set up behind the guns. Make sure we move our cavalry. Need them to prepare to take out enemy artillery to avoid our men being shelled. Alright. Move them in double time. No need to keep it slow right now. The enemy will reform their line and begin to march against us. Fantastic. Alright, very good, very good. And, of course, ahead of their formation goes the artillery. See how we can do here. Our artillery is in position. Order them to unlimber. Alright, fantastic. Alright, let's continue here. Going at a very, very rapid pace. German recruits are going to pull up the next section of them, make sure the artillery is not firing at my cavalry. And, of course, they are, because now they are in range, so let us change that. German recruits, I need you to pull up on the line here, my guys. Oh, yes. Wow. I perfectly leveled those two against one another and didn't even realize it. That's fantastic. That is glorious. Wonderful, even. Slow down the cavalry. Don't want them tiring out. Artillery is still interested in firing on them. And yeah, we're going to move them back. To be honest with you, I may silence our guns. Normally I wouldn't say that, but I do remember we have something like 220 ammo. In a battle like this, I would very much like to preserve it. So we'll see what happens. These guns must need to get really close. Bronze 6-pounders. Yikes. Not the most fun thing to get shelled by in the world, but not that getting shelled is a good thing to begin with. Make sure we spread them out a little bit. Fantastic. Alright. The artillery already got over here. That was fast. Those aren't even horse batteries of artillery from Prussia. Alright, well, we're going in. They're coming up on our cav. They're far enough away from the formation. We're going to go ahead and hit them hard. Their artillery is unlimbering to prepare to take us on. Their infantry is advancing. Fantastic. They are firing at our cavalry. See how effective they're going to be here. French gentleman cavalry. Very dangerous when stuck in melee. They're going to be charging the Royal Horse Guards. We will shoot them and intercept them with the Royal Cavalry de Lorraine. And then reinforce them. Fantastic. That is not going to feel good for them. Then we will take on the enemy artillery. Wonderful. Wonderful strike. Just make sure to slow them down so they don't wear themselves out again. And of course they don't want to slow down. That's okay. Sometimes your units get a little bugged out when they're trying to leave an engaged melee or something. They start moving in place. Not the greatest response to my orders, but alright. Alright, they have Fusiliers backtracking to deal with my cav. Their line is still advancing. They're opening fire on our line, but they're not doing a whole lot of damage yet, thankfully. French Fusiliers, how are they in melee? Not that great. Confident our cav can take them, but since we're trying to go for XP, we'll just continue allowing them to chase us as their line approaches ours. Fantastic. Alright, and why are you tired? You're still running. Wonderful. I did not want you to run. Or I guess it's not running for horses. Galloping, trotting, whatever. Alright, now our men are starting to take more casualties here. Nearly 100 dead for the German recruits. Artillery is definitely beginning to do its job for the enemy, unfortunately. Alright, they're starting to not be as tired. We're going to come around here, deal with the cavalry and the artillery. Alright. Infantry is advancing. This should be wonderful. I wonder if they outrange us. They do outrange us. Lovely. Move up these subsidy recruits right quick, since they need most of the XP anyway. Their cav is chomping at the bit, looking like they want to take on my cav. Their dragoons have excellent carbines. Yikes, let's get them out of there. Ouch. That is some serious damage. It's not great for us. That is rough. Make sure they don't get shot at by anything else. Man. Yikes. We defeated the dragoons. That was not easy, however. Alright, the enemy approaches. Still shooting our units back here. Not going to do them much good, but that's okay. Royal Cavalry de Laurent is not doing well at the moment. Alright, the enemy has been run off. Let's get these boys back into their position just to be sure that the guns are safe. French Dragoons, they have good guns. Not necessarily good guns, but they're guns. Go ahead and move our men back here if we can. We're going to be going for their guns. Hopefully the Fusiliers aren't going to try to open fire on the cavalry. Alright, they're in retreat there, the Fusiliers. Didn't even take that much damage. Interesting. Alright. Moving up. Hopefully we'll hit them before the enemy artillery fires. Fantastic. They got some fire off. That hurt. Wow. Heavy cavalry will definitely continue to feel that one in the morning. Yikes. Alright. See what they proceed to do. Half their army might be chasing our cavalry now. Be absolutely certain our cav's not running. We do not want that. Infantry is coming back for another round. The wonderful. Definitely going to have the cav come back around here towards our lines. Don't need them out and about anymore. Subsidy recruits are opening fire on the enemy. Wonderful. Alright, Cav, let's come back here behind our lines. Let's do that. Magnificent. Getting some good volleys in on that unit there. That's wonderful. Looks like 2 of their units are bugged out. Alright. Well, here comes the cav. Gonna order our boys to hold fire just in case they decide to charge them. We'll see which unit they decide to charge. Almost 100% certain it's going to be the Grenadiers here. Alright, got some excellent volleys off while they were still in the middle of the stream. Definitely prepared for the charge. We're braced. 100% bracing. They're about to shatter. Yeah, immediately shattered. Fantastic. I was going to get ready to charge them even across the river to get them so they get more kills, but that unit shattered way too quick. They may yet still come back to the battle. We'll see. As soon as this guy comes up, we fire on him. We're marching against the enemy. I don't want to wait on these two guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring the fight to them. Normally with the artillery, this battle would have been done a lot faster. However, we do need to conserve it. Getting down to 220 is not great. We can ration ammo if we have to. It's not the end of the campaign or anything, but definitely better if we can help not to. Wow. There they go. Alright, moving our men up. Gonna go ahead and move up these troops here to protect the guns. Definitely don't want any surprises happening or losing any guns for some trivial battle like this. That would not be good at all. Alright, move our men up here. I was going to attack here and line up with the subsidy troops recruits, but I want them to be in columns so they can charge for more kills. See what happens here. The enemy may decide they want to respond to our recruits coming up on them. It could be somewhat painful considering they are Fusiliers. We'll see if they unbug themselves or not, and of course they are. Wow, that was quick. Don't think those recruits are catching up to them. Don't think that's going to be a thing happening today. Alright, proceed to move our men up. And they are forming up, these grenadiers. See what happens. They may just decide to charge us right there. I mean, they're not stopping. Hopefully this doesn't end horribly for our men. They are grenadiers. See what happens here. Our men are tired, but their morale is dropping very fast. That's good. Alright, fantastic. One unit did rout. That's okay. And there's the battle. Fantastic. Not too shabby for a battle. Alright. Took a little longer than I'd like, but not the end of the world at all by any means. Totally fine. Alright. Let's see here what we can do. Alright. I think we need the ammo option. We do have enough reserves to cover the losses. Let's get the ammo. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. Go ahead and do that. Good to go, good to go. Alright. And our Lorraine volunteers are ready to become French Provincial Cavalry. Wonderful. They're cavalry now. Going to move them over here. We have a couple cavalry items. We'll remove the infantry items. Give them the cavalry items. Ooh, we have some better swords. I'm glad we had that for them. Charleville muskets. We got to give somebody. Definitely don't want to miss out on that too much. We have mostly Potsdams. So we'll do that. Alright. Teapots. Do you have teapots for everybody? Alright. We are starting to have provisions for everybody, which is fantastic. They need some provisions. That's good. Alright. Some of the grenadiers need the footwear. Let's see which ones. I think these boys need it. Morale. Alright, cool. Alright, we're going to proceed onward towards our objective once again. Alright. Definitely going to get food here in Lüneburg. Alright. Get that food. It's super cheap now, which is wonderful. We are going to buy them out of food. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. We have swords, some armor. Oh my goodness. Engineers, that's fantastic. Fire damage and accuracy. Oh my goodness. Gotta look at gunsmith. Tula carbines, those are fantastic for cavalry. I'm gonna sell a lot of this junk here real quick. Keep the bayonet, 'cause some of our bayonets are just downright garbage. Alright. That'll be good for selling that. Oh my, they have my favorite artillery piece. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab it. This is the Geschwindestock 6-pound gun. Yikes, that's expensive. But we're getting it. That is a solid artillery piece right there. We have the boomers with them. Let us see for a moment their reload values. 14, 12, 14. Okay, so they still need the boomers. These boys can get the Geschwindestock. We have 2 3-pound guns also. Maybe we should buy another gun. Not the biggest fan of 3-pound guns. It's a lot of price investment for the moment, though. I'd really prefer another Geschwindestock. It's alright, we're going to put a 3-pound gun back. I'm going to sell a 3-pound gun. Because, not a fan. Give the grenadiers the bayonet upgrade. Whoops, let's not do that. There we go. Sell the crappy bayonet. See what they got at the powder house. No. Town square. No, I'm good. Quartermaster. Cylindrical ramrods. Shepherd's axes. Do we need the blanket rolls? Do all the grenadiers have blanket rolls? No, they don't, but we're running low on money now. Check the officers just in case. Morale damage received, reload speed, charge. Not my favorite. Alright. Not too big a deal. Oh, we gotta get the holiday treatise. I don't know how I missed that before. And we are gonna get this one as well for fire damage received. That's going to stack. That's what we were talking about at the beginning of the campaign. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to put it on our Vreed Musketeers. Yeah, whatever you had here before. Oh yeah, fire damage. Okay. That's going to stack. So we have 40% for the blue shield. Then that's going to be 55% with the treatise. And then 65% with the pocket Bibles. That is, and 70% with elusive. That means this battalion here will take 70% less damage from a firefight than they may have otherwise. That is just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I love that. All right. Put the holiday treatise on you. You have a holiday treatise already. You do as well. This one's garbage. Let's see. Put this on these guys. Fantastic. All right. Who needs to... They still need to level up. We'll keep them over here as cav, honestly, because they need level up. Sell this other item right here. That store part of the store don't have enough, so we'll sell it here. Alright, time to move on. Let's get this battlefield up here. Things are going pretty well in Act 2 so far. Fresh battleground. 2 weapons or reservists. Let's gamble on the weapons this time. We'll get some excellent weapons. Not excellent weapons, but the heavy socket bayonets are really good. Go ahead and do that. That's not too shabby at all. That means all of our grenadiers have better weapons now. Wonderful. Check out this town. Sale cost is minus 20%, so selling things here is a really bad idea, but let's see if they have something important. Coffee rations. I like that. Yeah, alright. Replace the old coffee rations. Fantastic. I think we're going to raid this settlement. Yeah, we'll raid it. See what happens. It's kind of funny that we're sitting right in front of the headquarters to raid it, like we're goading them on. Like, look at you scoundrels, we're raiding your village over here and you're doing nothing about it. Fantastic. Good pocket Bibles and saddles, that's awesome. New cavalry can use the saddles. Pocket Bibles, who needs better pocket Bibles? Those are good. Basic, we're going to give them those. Brunswickers. Yeah, we need these guys to have Bibles. What's going on? Don't have Bibles? Come on now. Let's see. 2 battlefields. We missed a battlefield. How did we do that? Ay. Alright. And 2 outposts. We're going to slip by the headquarters right here to do battle with this army here. Fantastic. That is absolutely phenomenal. Alright, we are going to go ahead and do this here. Just see what they got. They got 4 cavalry. 2 of those French hussars again. 1 grenadier. 4 fusiliers. The 3 guns. Fantastic. Not too bad at all. Gotta see what kind of map we get. We may press the attack, depending on what they bring against us. Yes, Charles Joseph. That is a good unit right there. Elite Fusiliers. I do like a lot of the special battalions or regiments that they put into the game. Alright, let's see what we got here. Hill here. Terrain here. This is our favorite wooded terrain. Maybe we don't bring the battle to them. Yeah, I think we need to set up in these woods here. It's not a bad idea at all. Need to level up these 2 guys so they can actually become grenadiers. Got our artillery over here. Wonderful, they can set up on this hill. General here. Now we gotta be mindful of our cavalry. Our new cavalry is not very good. They're kind of crap. But we need them to get loads of XP so they can become heavy cavalry. Alright. Time for the guns. Position them on this hill. Get them set. General's going to chill behind the guns for the time being. Until he's needed somewhere on the front. Alright, let's see. Our units that need the most XP. Here, 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 and here. Alright. I'm going to saturate the middle of the battlefield with them. We're going to set the Hanoverians on the right flank. Grenadiers are going to be over here. And our Brunswickers are going to be back here for now. Cavalry is going to advance on the left flank. Alright. Let's do this, boys. I believe in my men. I know that they can do good work. They've done it before. I have no reason to believe that they shouldn't be able to do so now. Yeah, keep them moving down here. Those blokes are slow, aren't they? Wow. Subsidy recruit speed of 17. Yikes. It's a little bit rough. Alright, let's see what we can do up here. Move up. Let's see. Hanoverian units. Hardenberg needs the most XP. I think the Grenadiers a little closer to the back end of the line here. Move the second Brunswick, the Life Regiment, to this flank. Just to be sure that we don't get flanked over there. Give us a little extra firepower. Fourth Battalion here in the woods. Set them up on the flanks. Get them over here. Get them over here. Get them over here. Set them up back here. Fantastic. General is going to move up near the recruits now. Just to be sure that we don't end up with any holes in our lines. Cavalry. Going to come up here on the flank here. Alright, let's see. They're preparing to head up towards our lines. We're getting shelled. Not too big of a deal. Yikes. Alright. Now these guys already have low ammo for some reason. Perhaps I didn't replenish them. I thought I replenished all, but otherwise it doesn't make much sense why they don't have enough. Now does it? You guys are not in range of jack squat diddly at the moment. It's wonderful. French gendarmerie is your target. You boys are going to be firing at the French hussars. All right. Cavalry, are you ready to take on their guns here very, very shortly? And their cavalry as well. All right. Our men are basically in position. It's wonderful. We've taken some solid ground here. All right. Now, if we had more equivalent forces or the enemy outnumbered us, I would actually have columns in between these lines. Since we outnumber them, I have columns behind the lines. It gives us more firepower, and I can still respond with a column and attack if I need to. A lot of people sleep on columns, and they simply try to set up lines because of the firepower. Lines are fantastic, don't misunderstand. However, they are very, very vulnerable. And they approach our lines. Fantastic. Our cav is on the approach. See if I can bait them with the Lorraine volunteers. Fantastic, just what I wanted. Charge the French hussars. And they're already retreating. They did not appreciate that in the slightest. Need to move our heavy cavalry back so that they don't bait the enemy. Don't really want to use them as bait. Want to use them as shock and awe factor. Looks like those French provincials are absolutely convinced that they need to go up against our guys there on that flank. Interesting. Very, very interesting. They want our other cavalry unit. Gonna have to do some shenanigans here to get everyone to charge the right dudes. Kind of a mess in here now. We did shatter their units. We're taking out the hussars. Fantastic. Enemy cavalry is dealt with. Slow down, cavalry. Well, they do have gendarmerie still. Alright, how are the lines doing? The lines are doing okay. They're almost in range, but our men are not. So we're going to move up preemptively just to be sure that our men are not going to have an issue opening fire on the enemy. It's longer than that a little bit. Let's do that then. We are going to double time it. I don't really like them being tired, but they need to move up since they're going to be under enemy fire. Okay, that's kind of odd. Miscalculated there, I suppose, and actually was having them become themselves. Very interesting. It's considering part of their unit is part of the friendly unit next to them. Alright, we've corrected that mistake. Gendarmerie. And they've already retreated. Wonderful. Ouch. Canister shot on my cavalry. That is not pleasant. Not in the slightest. Get the cavalry to slow down as they're exhausted. What are you doing? Come down here and take out this artillery. What are you doing? Gonna order our artillery to stand down and hold fire. Alright. Need to get some kills with our men here if we can. Preferably before they break. Those Fusiliers, nope, battle. That's it. Alright, that's fine. Our line troops got good casualties on the enemy. And we win the battle. Fantastic. That's awesome. Alright, sorry about that. Slowing down just a little bit there real quick. Alright. Did something funny with the cursor when I tried clicking on it that time. Alright. Not a big deal. Move up here. And we are going to get the ammo and the tollers again. Fantastic. Now that we have more artillery presence, I'm very glad we corrected that from Act 1. Alright, y'all actually have ammo now. That is a good thing. Because I did not like y'all not having ammo. We're not open order. Actually, don't need that. The axes we can use for grenadiers, however. Alright, let's see what they have in this town. Cav recruitable. Stables. Step horses. I do like me some step horses. Holiday treatise. Morale damage. See what kind of artillery they have. Mostly bronze weaponry. Potsdam carbine. Jaeger rifles, good. That's it. It's an automatic purchase. Cannot let that go by. Automatically have to get the Jaeger rifles. That and excellent Bibles. Automatic purchase. Canteen's excellent. Gun pick's excellent. Automatic purchases. Fantastic. Not sure if these officers are going to be very good. Yeah, not too hip on the combination of abilities there. Morale damage, cover efficiency. No, it's not too bad. Take a look at our troops here. Our boys here are getting the advanced gun picks. This Vreed Musketeers, they're going to be absolutely devastating. And in honor of their fantastic ability, we're giving them Jaeger rifles. Oh my goodness. Notice the Potsdam muskets here, they were at 17 reload, 82 accuracy, right? 157 range, 190 range, 94 accuracy, and it only went up to 26.5. Those guys are going to be absolutely devastating. Charlevilles, give them the expert Potsdams. They have good Bibles already. Take a look at these boys. They have Potsdams. They have Bibles, but they're not good Bibles. They have Bibles. That's good. They don't have Bibles. How could you not have Bibles? That's unacceptable. Do any of them not have picks? I need to make sure our men have picks also. Do not have picks. They've got accuracy. No picks. We're going to go ahead and upgrade them as well. Let's see. The artillery with the lowest reload, which is them, they are going to be getting the max stamina upgrade. Stamina will keep them firing when maybe they shouldn't. Very, very important. What are the holiday treatises like on all these guys? Excellent, excellent, not excellent. Sell that one and buy that one. Fantastic. Gonna go ahead and put the treatise on them also. Wonderful. All right, boys. What do you guys say? We got these two and these two and come down for the town. I think we should burn this settlement. We do have an army down here we need to get. I don't know how he missed the slums either, man. Alright. Yeah, we're going to raid it. We're going to shove it right in the face of the headquarters. Look at you. You're sitting right here. Right here. And you're not doing anything about it. Isn't that unfortunate? Wow. Look at that. Fantastic. Nice. Got some more picks. Elevation screws, man. Basic. Gonna fix that. Those are excellent. Those are excellent. Those are excellent. So we don't really need those except for another artillery unit. We will keep them for now because that's the best we got. Good picks. Alright. Gonna give you the good picks. You don't have picks? I want you to have picks instead. Fantastic. Alright, we're going to come over to the outpost so we can complete our objectives here. Hopefully we'll find some more of those entrenched armies as well. Surplus. What do we need? What do we need? I'm going to go with ammo. And we got the 1st Dragoon Guards. Fantastic. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot for them just yet. It's alright though. They come with some semi-decent gear. Alright. Do the battlefield up next. Last stand. Send into detachment or charge. Yeah, we're going to charge, baby. Charge. Highland Grenadiers. We got some Scots fighting with us. That's neat. Definitely appreciate a good Scottish charge just about any day of the week. Alright, let's see. I'll keep them in here, even though they are going to be moved for cavalry here. The cavalry is going to be here. And we're going to have 2 units of Fusiliers. So it's alright. There'll be a reserve Grenadier. This will help in Act 3 also as we take casualties and enemies continue to attack us. Sometimes you need one of these reserve units to pop in because your units are too low strength. Alright, everyone. We've made some serious progress here in Act 2. We're day 112 out of 141. I'm going to call it here, and we'll fight this tough field army in the next episode. Thank you for joining me. This has been Prophet of the Constitution with Subsidy Troops playthrough. Thank you all. God bless.